Have you ever been sitting at a family dinner, spoon halfway to your mouth, when somebody asked, "So, what's your plan?" and felt the whole table turn to look at you? Have you ever sat with a friend on a Sunday afternoon, stirring your coffee, while she talked about her dream job with shining eyes and smiled for her, while something inside you whispered, "Why don't I have that?" Do you ever open a job website at midnight, scroll past 100 titles, and close it again? Not because nothing looks good, but because you don't know what to type in the search box. If tonight feels like that, come a little closer, because this episode is for you. You are not lazy, you are not empty, and you are certainly not alone. You simply don't know your direction yet. Direction, the way you are going, the road your feet have chosen. Everyone keeps asking about yours, as if you dropped it somewhere and refused to pick it up. But tonight, we are not just practicing English. Tonight, we are going to take that giant question, "What do you want?" and make it small enough to hold in one hand. I cannot hand you your answer, friend. Nobody honest can. But by the end of our time together, I hope the question stops shouting at you. I hope it sits down beside you quietly, like an old friend who can wait. We will move slowly. There is no rush here. There was never any rush here. I want to tell you about a night I have never forgotten. When I was 22, I sat at the kitchen table at 11 p.m. with an application form and a cheap blue pen. The house was asleep, and the only sound was the refrigerator humming in the dark. The form was easy at first. Name, date of birth, address. My pen moved quickly, box after box, like it had done this all its life. And then, near the bottom of the page, one box stopped it completely. What do you want to become? And I wrote something and crossed it out. I wrote something else and crossed that out too, until the box was a small storm of blue ink around an empty center. I remember thinking about my classmates. They all seemed to have filled that box years ago, in confident ink, on the very first try. A doctor, an engineer, a teacher, everyone had a word, and I had a hole in a page. There I was, 22 years old, defeated by a small rectangle. I fell asleep that night believing the empty box was proof that something was missing inside me. It took me years to see the truth, friend, so let me save you those years tonight. The box was not empty because I was empty. The box was empty because the question had arrived early, like a letter delivered while you are still far from home. I did not find my answer that night, and I will not pretend I did. But slowly, gently, I stopped being ashamed of that box. And tonight, I want to give you what I wish someone had given me at that kitchen table. So let me ask you, why does that one question, "What do you want?" feel so heavy? Come with me for a moment, friend, on a small imaginary trip. You are traveling in a country far from home. It is evening, you are hungry, and you find a little restaurant on a warm, noisy street. The waiter smiles and hands you the menu. And the menu is written in a language you cannot read. You look at the letters, you look harder. You can stare at that menu for an hour, friend, and the staring will teach you nothing. The words will not turn into flavors just because you are worried. There is only one way to learn what you love in that restaurant. You point at something and you taste it. Taste to try one small piece of something, just to learn how it feels. Maybe it is wonderful, and maybe you make a face and drink all your water. Either way, you walk out knowing more than you knew when you walked in. Friend, what do you want to become? Is a menu in a language you cannot read yet. And still, the world expects you to order perfectly on the first try at 18. Choose a career before you have tasted a single working day. Name your passion before life has let you try anything at all. And when you say, "I don't know," people look at you as if you broke something. Please be gentle with yourself here, because your brain is not being weak. Your brain hates the words, "I don't know," for a very old reason. Long, long ago, not knowing was dangerous, not knowing where the water was or which path was safe. So your brain learned to treat every open question like an emergency. It pushes you for an answer, any answer, right now because it loves you, and it is trying to keep you safe. But friend, this question is not a tiger. It is a menu. And nobody has ever found their favorite dish by reading the menu harder. You find it by tasting one dish and then another. The bitter one teaches you. The bland one teaches you. Even the one you push away after 2 bites teaches you. That one, maybe, most of all. So if your life so far is a pile of things you tried and did not love, a course that bored you, a job that never fit, you have not been failing. Friend, you have been tasting. You are not lost, friend. You are still collecting. Collecting, gathering small things one by one and keeping them. Tastes, lessons, little pieces of yes and no. So here is a small win for you, the first one tonight. Somewhere out there is the next person who will ask you, "So, what's your plan?" Tonight, let's prepare your answer together, so that question can never corner you again. Whisper this once into the dark, "I'm still tasting," and that's allowed. Do you feel how different that is from, "I don't know"? The facts are the same, but the weight is completely different. That is a small win, and it counts. But Susie, you might say, what if I don't even know where to start looking? Then let me take you somewhere quiet, friend. Think of the first time you ever walked into a real library, maybe as a child, holding somebody's warm hand. Rows and rows of shelves, taller than you. Thousands of books, and every single one of them a stranger. Now imagine if the librarian had stopped you at the door and asked, "Before you enter, tell me, which book is your favorite?" What a strange question that would be. You haven't met the books yet. Nobody is born knowing their favorite book. Not one reader in history opened their eyes already knowing. Every reader you have ever admired was made the same slow way, by wandering. They walked along the shelves with no plan at all. They pulled out a book because the cover was blue, or the title was strange, or it simply sat there at eye level. They read one page, wrinkled their nose, and put it back. And nobody called that wasted time. That wandering has a lovely name, friend. It is called exploring. Explore, to walk into something new, just to see what is there. Not to succeed there, not to stay forever, just to see. Can you feel that, friend, even a small flicker of it right now? That quiet curiosity, underneath all the tiredness. It has been there the whole time. Somewhere along the way, somebody gave you a different idea. You were taught that wandering means falling behind, and that people who always knew are the normal ones. But look closely at anyone who seems to have always known. Ask them kindly, and the stories come out, the wrong degree, the strange first job, the hobby that went nowhere. They wandered too. The shelves they walked past taught them just as much as the book they finally chose. A library card is a permission, not a plan. Nobody checks how straight your path was between the shelves. The card only says, you may enter, you may touch, you may open anything. And your years are exactly the same, friend. This confusing season, is not you failing to pick a book. It is you, standing in the middle of the library, finally allowed to explore. So here is a small win for you, and this one is almost fun. Sometime this week, taste one tiny new thing. Play one song from a style you never listened to, tonight even if your headphones are near. Or order the dish you always skip, or read one page of something odd. Your only job is to notice one small truth. I like this, or this is not for me. That is all. You are not choosing a life this week, friend. You are only adding one small card to your collection. And that is a small win, and it counts. But what about the mess, friend? The years that don't look like anything at all? For that, I want to take you to a painter's studio. It is morning, the light is soft, and a painter stands in front of a new canvas. Watch what she does first, because it will surprise you. She does not start with anything beautiful, not the face, not the fruit, not the light. She covers the whole canvas with big, rough shapes of brown and gray. She smudges them with a cloth, steps back, and smudges them again. Honestly, friend, if you walked in at this moment, you might whisper, "Oh no, she has ruined it." Oh, but painters have a name for this stage. They call it the first layers, the underpainting. Every painting you have ever loved in a museum has these hidden layers underneath, shapeless, muddy, wrong-looking. The painter needs them. They hold the depth, and they decide how the light will sit on everything that comes after. The first layers never look like the painting. And friend, I think you already know why I am telling you this. Because there are seasons of a life that look exactly like that canvas. The job you took just to pay the rent. The course you started and quietly dropped. The 2 years that from the outside look like nothing but brown and gray. You look at those years and think, this is a mess. This is not a picture of anything. But a life is painted the same way a canvas is, friend. It unfolds slowly. Unfold to open little by little, one fold at a time, like a letter that cannot be rushed. First come the rough layers, the ones nobody applauds. Then on top of them, because of them, the color, the detail, the light. Nobody hangs an underpainting in a museum. That is true. But no museum painting exists without one. Your messy years are not the opposite of your future, friend. They are underneath it, holding it up, deciding how the light will fall. You are not lost, friend. You are still collecting, layer by quiet layer. So here is a small win for you. Think of one gray layer from your past, one job, 1 year, one plan that came to nothing. You know the one, we all keep one somewhere. Tonight, instead of calling it a waste, say this to it softly, "You are under the painting. Stay there. I am still working." You do not have to believe it fully tonight. Paint dries slowly, so do new thoughts. Still, there is that voice, isn't there, the one that says, "But you should know by now." So let's visit one more kitchen, friend, a warm one in the evening where somebody is making soup. Watch the cook for a while. She does not write the final flavor on a piece of paper, lock it in a drawer, and walk away. She starts with what she has, water, bones, an onion, and patience. And then she does the thing all good cooks do. She tastes. As she dips the spoon, brings it to her lips, and listens to the soup for a second. Too flat. She adds a little salt, stirs slowly, waits, and tastes again. Closer. A little fish sauce, a little more time, another quiet taste. Nobody stands behind her shouting, "You should have known the final flavor before you started." That would be madness, friend, and we would all see it instantly. Tasting is not a failure of cooking. Tasting is the cooking. No good soup was ever seasoned in one taste. But listen to what we do to ourselves. We are asked to choose a career at 18, before our first real working day. We are told to know our passion by 25 and never, ever change the order. And when we do change, when we leave the job, close the little shop, switch the field, we don't say, I seasoned my life. We say, I wasted 3 years. A friend, hold that thought gently and look at it again. The job you tried and left, that was a spoonful. The degree that never became a career, a spoonful. The hobby you loved for one summer and set down, a spoonful. None of them were wrong turns. Every single taste told you something about the flavor you are looking for. You were never failing to find your answer. You were tasting your way toward it, exactly like the cook. And here is the quiet, beautiful part. With every taste, the soup gets closer. You know so much more now than the person who filled out forms years ago. You know what bores you, what drains you, what made you feel alive for one strange summer. That knowledge did not come from thinking harder, friend. It came from spoonfuls. So here is a small win for you. Think of one thing you quit, the one you still feel a little guilty about. Put your hand somewhere warm, your chest or your cheek, and tell yourself word by word, that was not quitting. That was a spoonful. Guilt makes a terrible seasoning, friend. Information makes a much better one. So where do you begin, friend, when you cannot see the whole picture? Here is the last place I want to take you tonight. A small table, a warm lamp, and a 1,000-piece puzzle. You open the box and pour the pieces out, and it is chaos. A little mountain of colors that mean nothing yet. Can you feel that, friend? The small panic of a table full of pieces and no picture. Notice it just for a second and let your shoulders stay soft anyway. And let's make this puzzle honest, friend. There is no picture on the box. Nobody gets to see the finished picture of their own life first. Now, what does every puzzle player on Earth do? Nobody dives into the middle of the pile. Nobody finds the exact centerpiece on the first evening. Every player starts the same humble way. You look for the edge pieces, the corners, and the straight lines. Why? Because edges can be found without seeing the picture. You do not need to know the whole image to recognize one straight side. You just turn the pieces over, one by one, and keep the ones with a flat edge. It is a humble kind of exploring, done with your hands, not with your worries. And slowly, without any grand vision at all, a frame appears on the table. Every puzzle in the world begins at the edges. Friend, when people ask, where do you see yourself in 10 years? They are asking you for the middle of the puzzle. No wonder you go quiet. Nobody can see the middle at the beginning. That is simply not how pictures work. You are not required to answer that question tonight or even this year. You are only invited to find one edge piece. And what is an edge piece of a life? It is a small, flat, certain thing, not a dream, just a truth. I don't want to work night shifts forever. That is an edge piece. Talking with people gives me energy. There is another one. I felt proud the day I fixed that one small thing. That counts too. Even this, I want my English to grow. You are holding that piece right now, in bed at midnight. Edges are not the picture, friend. But edges give you a direction, a place to begin before you can see the end. And piece by piece, corner by corner, something quiet happens on the table of your life. A frame forms. And inside that frame, one slow evening at a time, the picture starts to unfold. Not because you forced it, friend, because you kept collecting. So here is a small win for you, the last one tonight. Find one edge piece before you sleep. Just one small, true thing, and start with what you don't want if that is easier, because no is also information. Whisper it to yourself and hold it. That is my edge piece. You do not have to place it anywhere tonight. Finding it is enough. We are almost at the end, friend. Let's walk back slowly through everything we collected tonight. We sat in the little restaurant, holding a menu we could not read yet. And we learned that nobody finds their favorite dish by staring. We find it by tasting. We wandered through the library with our little card, exploring shelf after shelf, and we remembered that a library card is a permission, not a plan. We stood behind the painter and her muddy first layers, and we saw that the messy years are not the opposite of the picture. They are underneath it, holding the light. We watched the cook taste her soup, spoonful after spoonful, and we finally said it out loud. Leaving was never quitting. It was seasoning. And we sat down at the puzzle table with no picture on the box. And we learned to look for edge pieces. Small true things that give us a direction before we can see the end. If you remember only one thing from tonight, friend, let it be this. You are not lost, friend. You are still collecting. Somewhere tonight, a form is waiting for somebody with one impossible little box. What do you want to become? Maybe it is waiting for you. If it is, remember, an empty box is not an empty life. It is only a question that arrived early. Your answer is on its way, friend, traveling slowly, being collected, one taste, one page, one piece at a time. Your life is unfolding the way real things unfold, too slowly to watch, too surely to stop. I am so proud of you tonight, for listening, for sitting with a hard question in a language you are still learning, without running away. Not everyone can stay in the room with, I don't know. You just did for almost half an hour. If tonight helped you breathe a little easier, a like or a subscribe would mean a lot. It keeps this little corner of the internet warm for the next wanderer. But that is for tomorrow. For now, put the phone down. Let your shoulders drop one more time. Breathe in slowly and out. The menu is still open. The library is quiet and patient. The paint is drying, layer by layer. The soup is warming on a low fire. And one small edge piece is safe in your hand. You do not have to know tonight. You only have to sleep. You can close your eyes now. Good night, friend. I'll be here when you need me again.